Hey, Sean. As creators, a lot of times we are asked, what are we passionate about, or what are our passion projects? But as we approach our creative endeavors, I wanted to make this video as a cautionary tale about being passionate about your work. Now, let's begin by defining the word passion. Passion is strong and barely controllable emotion, an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. To begin, passion can be a wonderful thing. Passion is responsible for wonderful summers, for good relationships, for fulfilling projects, thrilling adventures, and once-in-a-lifetime memories. But passion is equally responsible for all of the worst things that you can imagine. Bigotry, racism, inequality, and greed, unwanted teenage pregnancies, war, corporate bankruptcy. There's so much more that you can trace its roots back to someone being overly passionate about something. And what that does is it can set you up to be less thoughtful than you need to be about a project. You get blinded by your passion. And again, this can be exciting, but when you're approaching something creatively and you want to do it responsibly, passion can end up being much more of a liability than it can be a resource or some sort of inspiration behind you. So when I get asked, what is your passion? I take a moment because I've been making videos for a long time and I thoroughly enjoy making videos. But is making videos my passion? Am I passionate about making videos? Or is video a tool that I use to serve some other qualification? And I'm going to borrow Ryan Holiday's word that he uses when he discusses this of there's passion and there's purpose. And let me give you a couple examples to sort of contrast the difference between passion for something and a purpose. Because passion for an idea can lead us to pursuing it at all costs. And when that happens, we can end up, even if it's a bad idea, because we're so passionate about it, we can throw good money after bad, and we can end up in a situation where we've wasted other people's times, where we've put people in financial hardship because we were so passionate about something, we didn't stop to think about how viable it may be. By contrast, purpose is less concerned with the individual details or the individual projects, and it's more about serving a long-term goal. To borrow from David Brooks's The Second Mountain, he talks about acquisition versus contribution, and I think that works here because a lot of times being passionate about something can be about acquiring. It can be about conquering something and pursuing something and acquiring it, getting it. And if you instead zoom out to find your purpose, it's less about what's mine, what can I do. It's more about how can I contribute to this. And when you can get from passion to purpose, from purpose, you can detach your ego from it a lot easier and say, whatever your purpose is, whether you're serving it or someone else, as long as your purpose is being served, it's not about the competition. It's about how can we serve this purpose, and your passion becomes less of a liability in that situation because you're going to serve your purpose a little bit more thoughtfully and a little bit more open-mindedly. And for example, being passionate about something political or some sort of cause, some social cause, being passionate about it can lead to conflict and argument and division, but if you instead align your purpose with it and you're less passionate about your method for getting there, you'll find that there'll be opportunities for compromise and collaboration, and you may get there in a much different way than you might have expected, but because it's your purpose, you're less attached to any of those particular vehicles that might take you there, as long as you are making progress towards getting there. And so when I think, what is my passion? What is my purpose? I come down to this. My purpose is to create educational content. That is what I love. That is what I'm excited about. That is what fills me up. Those are the projects that mean the most to me. And I have projects that all serve that purpose. And it can be easy to say, like we've done a lot of work for this kids show that I'm a part of, Our Little World, ourlittleworld.show. Check it out if you haven't. Our first episode is up. But I was very passionate about the show for years as we were planning it and got COVID delays and stuff like that. And that passion for this project and me attaching my identity to the project. And if this project is good, then I must be good at this. And if this project isn't coming together, then it's because of me and I must not be good enough at this. And I kept going back and forth. And it wasn't until I sort of sat down and read and reflected about passion versus purpose where it was tough, but I had to get to the place where I would say, this project serves my purpose, but it is not my passion. And why that is important, the big difference is if this project just won't work, maybe because of the platform it's on, maybe because of our approach to it, maybe because of the audience and what they're looking for, regardless of our hopes for the project, if it just doesn't make sense to do this project, my purpose will be better served if we just forget about it, if we just shelve it and never go back to it, because there'll be a better project that still serves that purpose. And the progress we made on this one still serves that purpose of having created educational content. But if I was just passionate about it, I would run the risk of really trying to pursue it and make it work, even if I knew that it might not work, and it was no fault of mine. The project just might not work, and passion can blind you to that. And so ultimately, that resilience from the failure of any individual project or vehicle that's getting you to where you want to be, the failure of any of those individual pieces, and your resilience to that failure is what your purpose is all about. And if you can identify that, you're going to have a more fulfilling life as a creator, as a person, as an activist, as a citizen, than you might if you get overly passionate about individual specific things along the way. Try to zoom out and find that. And as you consider your passion projects or whatever it is that you're pursuing, try to take a beat and figure out why are you passionate about that? Because there's probably something bigger that you might not realize has been your purpose all along. And if you can identify that, then you'll be able to move toward that more thoughtfully than you would if you had just gotten overly passionate about a single project. That's all I got. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. I sincerely appreciate it. Have a great day or night or whatever, wherever. See you later. Bye.